Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back doing another video. This is one that's I want to show you what you get with the PIP trigger package. This is the updated version compared to more than a month ago. As you can see here on the right side, PIP trigger basic package. It is now 10 plus gigabytes of training. Get an exact copy of my Vantage FX MT4 Platform. I've added one more version. I just call it PIP trigger, but this one is the for the Bollinger Bands. I'm now teaching how to trade with Bollinger Bands. And by the way, just to let you know, I took the last week off. I didn't trade. I took a week vacation, and this is Sunday, August the 5th. And I'm doing this video around 12 o'clock. And starting tonight for the Asian session, I'll be back to my trading if I can find some trades. So anyhow, let's just move along here within the package. Not only do you get the 213 training videos for the PIP trigger, there's 20 extra bonus videos. Plus there's 64 PDF books, 22 Word documents, and 2 $1 million trade plans to show you how you can take $1,000 and turn it into $1 million in less than a year. If you have any questions on that, for sure, get back to me and I can show you that part. Now, as you can see, there's a bunch of yellow folders on the left side. The exact same is on this side here, beside the dots. Each one of them, there's videos that teaches you each and every different subject. There's the one I'm working on right now, Bollinger Bands. Speaking about the Bollinger Bands, as you can see over here, I've already done 4 videos and an extended video right here using the strategy tester showing examples Asian, New York, and the London session. I go in pretty good detail exactly how I traded. The advanced is the one that has the most videos. There's 36. So I do a lot of videos teaching you exactly how to trade the PIP trigger. Doesn't make any difference. Some traders actually ask me, why do you have 8 versions? Well, I could give a different name to every one of them and charge $250 for each one. But I really believe in giving extreme high level of value and training content for a minimum of just $250. In other words, I'm giving you, instead of one system for $250, I'm giving you 8 systems. And they all come with training, over 10 gigabytes. So moving along, I recommend that always start with the easiest way to trade. And I go in detail on the easiest way to trade to get you up and running as quickly as possible. For you traders who love Fibonacci, I've got 12 videos in here teaching how to, if I expand this open a bit, you can see the times. I try not to make it too long, but some of them are like 20 minutes or so, especially with the strategy tester. It's more time consuming. Heiken Ashi is a favorite of a lot of traders, including myself. I like the Heiken Ashi down at the bottom window as opposed to up on the candles. But a lot of traders it's a more simplified way to trade, and I teach exactly how to do it. How to hedge the news. This is the most difficult way to trade. Unless you're really good at trading, I recommend to leave that until after you become a good trader. You can certainly trade the news. There's no problem trading the news. I can show you before the news and after the news, which is more... This hedging the news is very tricky. Some of the news will just jump around and give you a lot of stress, unless you know which news and how to trade that news. But I also teach it in here. Moving along, how to install the PIP trigger. Just want each and every one of you to know that you can put it on a Mac. So it's how to put it on a Mac, and this is just Windows, to put it on Windows. Very, very easy to do. Just watch the video. How to set up a demo account, and even on the Supreme meter here, I can move this over here and I can show it to you. As you can see, the Supreme meter is this one right here, and this little section area here is exactly the same as this one. I don't need to see all of this, but some traders love to see it. It's not necessary as far as I'm concerned, so I just use this one. And it's got to be put on a standard account. In other words, like say you have the euro dollar here, there's after the D here, after every one of these currency pairs, there's no plus, no minus, no mini, no pro. For the meters to work, it has to be on this kind of an account, just a standard account. Okay, so moving along here to the next one, how to trade Bollinger Bands. This is the one I'm working on right at the moment. As I said, strategy tester takes up a lot more of my time. This is 32 minutes, but most of them are, 10 or 12 minutes approximately. And then how to trade the 1-2 system, 1-2-3 system. There's 6 in there. As time goes on, the ones that are only around 6 or 7, I like to get it up around 10 or 12 videos. So as time goes on, I'll be just adding more videos in here. Trade the Asian session, again, using the strategy tester. This one happens to be 25 minutes, and different examples, and how to trade slow markets and Asian session. Moving along, this is the London close. I like doing this one, 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time or New York time. You do see a lot of different examples with currency pairs, how I traded it, London close, how to find the best pairs. There's 17 videos in here. Lots of training in here if you're available anywhere from 10 till about 1 o'clock. The market, after it makes a nice move, 100 pips or so, it will do a retracement where you can get 20 to 50 pips on the pullback. Moving along, how to trade the MW formations. That's where you, at the top is the M, and at the bottom it's the W formation. And I use lots of examples. This strategy tester is 20 minutes, and the rest are, there's actually, this one's 20 minutes also. These are many examples I show. So I go in detail, pair setups and things like that. How to trade the New York session. This is the way I trade. There's 7. Eventually I try to get at least 12 videos in each one. So I'm still working on it as the days go by. As I'm trading, I put more examples in here. As you can see, how to trade, how I traded the non-farm payroll, things like that. High impact news, Canadian news. Moving along to the next one, how to use the strategy tester. This is the longest video I have right here. I show the meter, I show a lot of different things in here. It's 50 minutes. Apologize for it being so long. As I always been watching videos, I used to complain. Video's too long, I'm falling asleep here. But that's the longest one. And the rest of them are usually 23. This one's 30 minutes, 32. But I show a lot of examples and a lot of tips and tricks. Very valuable, and you should be using the strategy tester at least 4 hours every week. I do that still. 14 years later, I still do it every Saturday and Sunday between 4 and 8 hours. I'm always practicing, always back testing. That's why my trading is very high. I'm very accurate when I trade. Okay, moving along, how to trade before and after the news. This is after the news, 12 videos, many examples of trades I did, FOMC trading, etc., etc. Again, they're all relatively short, 10 minutes. You're not going to fall asleep on me. At least I hope not. Anyhow, before the news, I done even more. Pip trigger with a high degree of accuracy, either on the 5 minutes or the 1 minute. You can get in a few minutes before the news. Pip Trigger will actually point you in the direction at which way you should be going, either buying or selling. And I show many examples of that, either on the 5 minutes or the 1 minute. So I really prefer to get in just before the news with a 20 pip stop. I show exactly how to do it. And then of course I've got traders who don't want to count to 10 triggers, so I made two simple systems. Simple and a stupid simple system, along with training. 12 videos in this one. Again, they're all within 10 minutes. Different currency pair, dates, and examples. And then the stupid simple system, I'll actually show you on the charts the two different kinds when I get to it. More examples. Now these last two are closely related, either trend following and how I find it, different examples along with the strategy tester. Again, 32 minutes on that one. Another one up here, I show many examples, 25 minutes. Exactly what you should be looking for and how to incorporate. You also have to always remember to keep an eye on the meter in real time. Very important. And then using higher time frames. I go 1 hour 30 minutes and then go down to the 5 minutes to take the trade. I'm a day trader, not necessary to go any higher than the 1 hour. You can use the pip trigger on any time frame from 1 minute all the way up to the monthly, but keep in mind the higher time frames, when you pull the trigger, you're going to have a much bigger than a 10 pip stop. You know, could be 40, 50 pips, but then you're looking for a lot more pips. I'm sure you know that by now. And again, using the strategy tester, this particular one here is 21 minutes and the rest are around 10. So now I went through all of those. So now we can take a look at the charts, and I want to go through the systems. Before I do that, I can show you the profiles. I access them from the bottom. You can also access them from the top here. But anyhow, the default for me is I do futures like gold, oil, the S&P 500. If you do it, it's available. If you don't, you can change it to your 4 pairs of the ones that you like to trade. This one right here is the 4 workhorses. I can actually show it to you as I load it. Now these are, I call them the 4 workhorses because they move the most number of pips. The Euro Aussie, Euro New Zealand, Pound Aussie, Pound New Zealand. And I never change these 4, never. The only ones I'll change is 2, 3, and 4. I'll show you there's 4 in each one, sometimes 5, as I'm scanning the market. This is number 2 is the Bollinger Bands. I really like using the Bollinger Bands. It's just another way to trade. As I bought over 700 systems, it's another way that I trade. And I feel like as if it's a very high value, I can sell this whole course alone for $250. So remember, as you buy, think of it like you're buying 1, but you're getting 8. So I'm giving you 8 times the value. Extreme high value here for pennies on the dollar. And so you can change these according to the sessions. I do the Asian and the New York. I'm sleeping during the London. If you want to do the London, no problem. Just get up and look at the meter and put in the pairs that you want to trade. Moving along here to the third one, Asian session. It's exactly the same. There's 4 pairs here, and it's depending on the Asian session. It'll either be the Aussie or the Yen or the New Zealand, sometimes the Swiss, and then I attach it. I take a look at the X meter, and then I'll either attach the pound or the euro to it, and that's, as you can see, euro, yen, and pound yen. I attach the euro and the pound, and on the bottom here, on the last time I traded the Asian session, it was the yen, which was the strongest at that point in time, and I traded it. That's why it's still on the yen pairs, which you can change quite easily if it turns out to be the Aussie or the New Zealand. And then of course the last one is news trading here. And on the news trading profile here, 4 pairs. Sometimes I throw up a 5th pair. I just follow the news. Like if it's the dollar news for the New York session, again I usually attach the euro and the pound to it. And this situation, I like doing the dollar CAD and the dollar yen. So these are the 4 when it's dollar news. You can feel free to pick the 4 pairs that you choose, but the pound dollar will move the most out of all of these. So anyhow, moving along here, we can open up a pair, for example here, and to show you the different, the one you're looking at the moment right here. Doesn't make any difference which one we're doing. So we can check the indicators here. These are all the indicators. You get the ADR, which is in the top left corner. Pound Aussie, ADR is 109. Today went 131. That's why this line is thick red as opposed to being a dotted blue line. Candle timer down here at the bottom tells you the spread. Market is closed now, so everything, this is not accurate. The spread is normally, it's not 34 pips, it's like 2.5 pips. And then we have the sessions, the blue boxes, both for the Asian and the New York. Let's see if I can pull that up. So we have the Asian session here. We have the New York session here. So getting back on the 5 minutes, looking at the indicators again. Next one is the alert arrows. These arrows right here, either up or down, red for down. They will shift along, and then when it finally holds that support, in other words the candles don't go any further deeper, then it gives a signal that it's going to go up, as over here also. So there's many different, there's a color MA, the 4 moving average cross alert. They're all preset and they've all been customized. They're all customized indicator. They're not available on the MT4 platform. This is special MACD. It's been modified and customized. This one right here have the awesome alert, and on top of that we have the non-leg moving average. All these indicators have been tweaked and modified by me. I know how to work on the source file and make indicators work better. Down at the bottom we have the HA, this one right here, Heiken Ashi bars, and then we have the bulls and the bears, which tells you which one has more strength on each candle. Like right now, right here, the bears are in. So anyhow, that covers that. We have the auto stop over here, which is set at a default 20 and 40. 20 pip stop, 40 pip target. You can adjust that, and then if you want something other than that, you can just save the template, or just with a click of the mouse just move the lines up or down. It'll adjust it automatically. So moving along, I'm going to show now the last thing I do believe will be the templates. The basic package goes from 1 down to 10, and of course the bonus package, I have many more systems in here, 34 more systems. And that's for you traders who like to jump around from system to system, so feel free to give me a shout if you're interested in that. But the basic package goes to 1 to 10, and you're looking at number 1 now with these 3 moving averages. Number 2 is exactly the same, 1 extra moving average, and this window here is removed, and the MACD is just blowing up a little bit more. So for traders who don't want to count to 10, this is only like 7 alarms. I teach exactly what to look for either at the bottom or at the top for when it's going to do another cycle. And then the one I'm working on right now is Bollinger Bands. I really like it a lot. You might say it's a little bit busy. That's why I only use the MACD in these two. I really want to know when the bulls or the bears are in, and the HA bars. When they are both red, we're thinking definitely about selling. And then I teach exactly how to work these bands, the upper and the lower bands. And when they squish together or contract, like right in here, it'll either pick a direction up or down. And then once it starts moving within the blue box, I teach how to get in. Starting to move, there's your pullback, and then you're getting in. And you're catching this move, which is 55 pips. That's over $500. So when I teach that, exactly how to trade using these bands and these two moving averages. Moving on to the next one. This is another kind of bands. They're called UPS bands. Just slightly a different way to trade. And I do show videos on how to trade this way. I prefer the Bollinger Bands, but these bands are pretty good also. Again, moving along, Heiken, which one now? And this is another pip trigger with 5 moving averages. It's another way. I just call it the pip trigger, mainly because we have the same indicators down at the bottom and we're using moving averages. But the moving averages are different values, which means it's a different way to trade. And once everything is in order, you get in the trade, and then you, same as what I showed you before. That's 80 pips there. That's a perfect example. When you see this setup, you know it's going to go down. Moving along here, that was number 5. A lot of traders, I took the HA bars from the bottom and now they're up here. Same concept. Moving averages are in order. Pull back, which is what you're waiting for. First red candle, you're in. Same thing. Either 70 or 80. That's $800 there. Now, you're going to get out somewhere, wherever you want to get out at. You might get out here. And once it does a cycle, it does a pullback, you can always get back in again. I teach how to do that, what you're looking for, how to line up the MACD, how to read these 2 moving averages down here, what you're looking for. All of that is taught in the training videos. And then the last 2 here, these are just simplified versions, the same moving averages. I just removed a few indicators down at the bottom. So instead of counting to 10, you're only counting to 5 or 6. Same concept. It just depends on, do you want to count to 10 or do you want to count to 5 or 6? I teach in the training videos exactly how to trade it. And the other simple one is back with these, which I really like. This one is designed to go with the trend. Remember, the market trends 20% of the time, and it's range bound or going sideways 80% of the time. So if you only want to go with the trend, this is a very good pip trigger version. It works great. You just scan the market 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever session you want. Example London, same thing. Or example for the Asian, this is the Asian. These lines are in order. You just get a pullback and then away it goes. I teach exactly how to get in this trade in this area here. So there you have it, the pip trigger basic package. You're buying one system and I'm giving you 8 with over 10 gigabytes of training, well over 200 videos, and I'm adding more weekly. So if you have any questions, here's my contact information, phone, Skype ID, Forex Nelson. I'm the only one in Cambridge, Ontario. Here's my email if you wish to shoot me an email, and my YouTube channel. And look right below this video, I show exactly the same thing also. So anyhow, speaking of this video, just if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll be the first to get the next video that I send out. And if you want some free tips and tricks, no problem with that. Just Skype me and I'll answer your questions and we can talk more about the PIP trigger. Hopefully I can improve your trading results. So until the next trade, good luck in